Hi friends, it's Monday, which means it's book review Monday, and the book that I am going to share with you today is Of Bees and Mist. I don't know who the author is. It's Eric Session, and I'm really sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Because I don't know. So I'll read you the blurb of the back first. When Meridia flees from a house haunted by sad-eyed ghosts, her mother's resentments, and swirling clouds of mists, she hopes to escape to a simpler future with the man she loves. But her new husband's home, plagued by swarms of angry bees, is just as bewitched and has its own history of thwarted passions, feuds, and betrayal. Of Bees and Mist is a magical story of the power of love to conquer all that comes its way. I don't really know where to start with this book. Okay, so it was good, but then it was not good, and it was very weird, and then it wasn't weird, and I really liked it in as much as I liked kind of the world, and it was a bit weird. It was kind of like 1 minute you felt like it was in a modern time, and the next minute you thought it was perhaps in a medieval or then Victorian, or so it kind of, it was its own world basically, and there were all kinds of sort of strange happenings and sort of different mystical, magical things going on. So that I really liked, because I like books about magic and different things like that. So I really liked that. The ending was how I wanted it and how I thought it was going to go, which was good. I liked the ending. That was good. I obviously enjoyed it because I read the whole thing, and I read the whole book, and it's, what, 500 pages, give or take a couple? And I read it in a week. So I obviously liked it enough to want to read the whole book. But then equally, at times, I was kind of like, oh, this is odd, or this is weird, or I don't know. It's a really weird book to review. But basically, it's kind of, it's a little bit of a sad story as well, but then with a kind of a happy-ish ending. So basically there's this girl called Meridia, and she's born into a family who've kind of got their own issues, and it never really says why, but kind of like once Meridia was born, her parents kind of fell out of love with each other, but kept a pretense of being married still, and she didn't necessarily have a very happy childhood because of that. She was kind of, she just sort of existed, and she marries a man called Daniel, who she falls in love with, and she goes to live with Daniel in his parents' home. And Daniel's mother is quite vindictive, and you know, it's like, it's an age-old story in some respects, whereas, you know, you don't always get on with your mother-in-law, and basically she constantly tries to put a wedge between Daniel and Meridia. And there's 500 pages of that, basically. To explain the struggle. I guess it's about the struggle to be married and maintain a happy marriage when you've got an interfering mother-in-law, but who's vindictive as well, and is always out for what she can gain, and doesn't really like the daughter-in-law. And so that's what the whole book's about, basically. But so it's one of those books, I watched some really good book reviews on YouTube, which is why I started doing book reviews myself, because I wanted to start sharing, because that's how I found out about a lot of books to read, and I don't know. I always really struggle to do a review myself because I don't want to give any spoilers. I really don't want to give any spoilers. And I'm really mixed with this book because I enjoyed it, but then I didn't enjoy it, and then I enjoyed it, and then I didn't enjoy it, and then before I knew it, I was kind of at the end. So I don't know. I don't know. But I wouldn't necessarily say, if someone came up to me and they said, I'm going on holiday, can you recommend a book for me to read? It wouldn't be this one. And I probably wouldn't recommend it if someone was like, you know, I really need a book to read, because I've read a lot of books that I enjoy more. That's not to say there's anything wrong with this book and the writing, etc. Because the writing style's great. I really like the writing style. I'm just not sure if I could read a book, I don't know, a 500-page book again on a kind of family dynamics. I don't know. I know I'm probably not making sense, and I know I've probably lost your interest in probably turning off. So if you've read this book, let me know what you thought of it, because I never watch any reviews before I do my review, if you see what I mean. I then kind of go and watch them afterwards, because I want to kind of not be influenced by anyone. But yeah, so sorry to ramble. But there it is, my review of Bees and Mist, and I don't know, if there's a sort of thing that you might sound interesting, perhaps go and have a look around at some other reviews and see what people thought. So good writing style, some really interesting. I liked the sort of like the world and the magical aspects of it. Just wasn't necessarily so keen on the overall story, perhaps. But yeah, so there you go, of Bees in the Mist.